Donald Trump stories are still in process. Just hours before, Donald Trump is also creating stories, and due to these stories, I think Donald Trump may be the president of US 2024. If Donald Trump wins as a president, I will clearly refer he is president due to these stories. What a marvelous he stories created creator, and he convinced the audience in such convincing skills that he is able to market his story perfectly. He speak in a targeted way. Unlike Kamala Harris, who remain in a circle, he left little space as well, but he speak clearly, targeted way, and clearly he impose his impression on audience, and audience think that he will be able to do. Now what's the new story he has created that is astonishable? The story is that Mexico goods were coming to United States. He told Mr. Mexico, mean that he is blaming Mexico, that Mexico, we will impose 25% tax on your goods because you are giving us drugs, you are giving us illegals, you are giving us criminals, and you people are involved in illegal immigration. So Donald Trump is technically claiming Mexico in spite of US Trump wall, in spite of US substantial effort to stop illegal immigration. Why Mexico is not playing part to stop the illegal immigration? And technically, he is telling US citizens before, just hours before US election, that Mexico will be punished. Remember, financially punished is more severe than the any other sanctions. Whenever any country want to punish any other country. Now, this is not a war zone era of 2024. This is a era of economy. Definitely that country will be deprived by other country, mean that will cut its economy, and goods and transport will not be there. So Donald Trump did same thing. He told that we will not purchase your goods. If we will purchase your goods, that will be 25% tax. I think Mexico will not want to export anything to US if 25% tax will be imposed, because that's too much, because there will be no benefit to Mexico. So this is a alarming situation for Mexico as well. But one thing I would like to say, Donald Trump is a creator of many stories. How many stories he has created? Haitian stories he has created. Later on, now there are little bit differences between the media, between the social media. Different individuals are giving different opinions. My opinion, almost 50% story was right, 50% story was wrong. Similarly, he told that I absolutely deport all illegals, individuals from the United States. Now, this is also a question mark how he will deport those illegals whose spouses are US citizens. How he will deport those US illegals who are working in top companies of USA. And USA need those intelligent minds. Those are doctors, those are engineers. I'm not talking about criminals. So I think in this scenario also, he will remain little a bit flexible after election. If he became president, 50% he may be able to commit his promises with the US citizens, but I think 100% he will not be able to implement those decisions, those commitments as a president. But he knows inside that I am not able to do, but that's the hypothetical, metaphysical statements he inoculate into the mind of the US citizen so perfectly that US citizen absolutely believe in Donald Trump, and that's why almost he gains a super lead than Kamala Harris. He's a winner or loser, but he gained his voting. It's true that the people who was undecided, there was a discussion which I was doing, that now these last 15 days are much significant because undecided voters will decide that where to vote, either to Donald Trump, either to Kamala Harris. But now I think they are switching this. They are switching towards the Donald Trump due to his effective conversational skill and the stories. I refer these stories are hypothetical story because those are not 100% perfect. And you may be asking, sir, this is wrong that he is creating hypothetical story. No, I think in elections it's little a bit possible. All people do that 50-50 ratio. 50% there are facts and 50% there are some information which are not factual, and he is doing those things, almost 60-40, 50-50 factual non-factual information he combine, and he throw into the audience by hypothetical and metaphysical way, and audience is so impressed by conveying skill because basically he's a marketing person, he's a businessman, he's running a food chain, and he knows how to convince a human mind, and he is a marketer. So that's why this story which he created now regarding Mexico, he marketed just hours back to get new votes. It's marvelous. What a story he created. I think there is a counselor who is guiding Donald Trump, or he created himself. Vance was the man who was talking about Haitian story created by me. Later on, a lot of blames by the media that you created fake story because you created that was not realistic story. But as I told you, 50-50% that story was also little a bit right. There must be little factual thing. I think he may take some substantial step regarding Mexico. But on the other hand, I will think that he's a businessman. He will never think against business of any country, but still he is able to get the votes before US elections 2024. But his decisions of deportation, his decision of imposed taxes on Mexico, these are amazing story. Now question is one only. If he became president, he will implement these changes practically or not. On deportation, I am very clear. He is not able to deport all illegals. I think this he is not the only president. There are a lot of departments working with the president. There is a Senate, there are army, there is intelligence forces, there is a USCIS Department 2024, there are states. So there will be a meeting between them, and definitely he will show flexibility. But I am so sure that he will be able to convince US citizen in that time as well, and he will so convince by convincing skill that US citizens will believe that of course he was right before US election 2024, and now he is also right. But of course he will start deportation almost 70 to 80%, but some people he will not be able to deport. So I will not refer, that would be massive deportation. I don't think he will impose taxes on Mexico goods instantly after president, because he's a businessman and Mexico he has a lot of friends. So this statement regarding election, definitely he will gain vote. But now he is question how he will handle this one after becoming president, if he will not implement those changes practically. Thank you very much.